Back at it again, and today I'm going to start right at the tree where I found all the spoons from a couple weeks ago. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, here's an interesting one. That's the handle for a bathroom spigot. Solid brass, man. It was popping up really good on my machine, but knew it was big. Keep looking. Okay, I got a nickel that came out of this hole. It's right there. Right there. What kind of nickel are you? Nickel are you? That's a V nickel. That's awesome. There's the V. And then there's the head of Liberty. Right there. Let's see if I can get a date. 1904, I think. Yeah, that looks like 1904, 1901. Nickel. Alright. Sweet. That's a great find. Here's a little find. It's a old-timey, probably for a dog leash. Definitely an old-timey connector though. The way that said this piece right here pivots. Open and close. That's a cool find. It's way down in that hole. There's a key. Looks like kind of an older type key. It's not like it's like a medium-sized key. It's not small like a bicycle lock, but it's not big like a house lock. It's somewhere in between the two. I'll have to clean it when I get home and see if there's any writing on it. So I was getting an 82 on my machine, and it turns out it's this, and it looks like it's a bead, but I think it's a silver bead. Yeah, it's really unusual. I don't know what that is, but it was coming up like silver numbers. Watch. Oh, maybe not now. Alright. Some kind of bead. Take a look at this. Doesn't look like much now, does it? But now how does it look? Pretty cool. 2 stones set in like silvery material. Looks like it was a hair clip or a barrette, or maybe even a pin. I think it was a pin, because there's the pin side and then there's the catch side on that. That's an awesome find. Have to clean it up when I get home. See if it's real. See if I'm rich. Alright, I think I have an Indian right here. It's right next to the base of this tree. And I think that's the 1 cent side. Yep, that's the 1 cent side. Pulling it upside down there. I think it goes like that. Flip it. There's the Indian. Alright. Indian headset. Alright. 1859 to 1909 on these guys. So, at the very least, it's 110 years old. Alright. That's a great find. How about a spoon? I'm nowhere near the spoon tree. Oh, look at that. That's nice looking, huh? Oh, it's cleaning up really nicely, but it's plated. William Rogers. Reinforced IS. International Silver. Should be able to get this powder down on my book. Okay, I think I got a ring here. Let's come up as an 84. That is definitely a ring. Beautiful silver ring. It's cleaning up nice. That's got to be sterling. Beautiful silver ring. All right, that's an awesome find. I don't see any markings. I'll have to check it when I get home. Yeah, I think it's marked right there. I think it says sterling. Right there. All right. Sweet. Take a look at this find I eyeballed. What's that look like? That is one die. It's a small one too. But pretty crazy that I was able to find it in these woods. That's why you always got to be looking down. This is the cool one. Been out for a while, so I'm happy to get this one. This is the way it popped out of the ground too. That's an anchor button. That is an anchor button. Man, it is light. And the camera won't focus on it for some reason. That's neat. Got another coin here at the base of this tree. It's coming up as a 75. It was really deep in this hole. It was like 10 inches or so. I had to do a couple scoops and then it came out with that last scoop. Let's see what we got. It's green, it's penny sized, and it's an Indian. Ha! Hot dogs! That's 2 Indians and a V-neck on this hunt. All right, that is fantastic. All right, searching a part of these woods that I thought I had really hit fairly hard. It's 18, yeah, maybe it's 1905, I think. Maybe 1903. All right. Here's a really cool one. That is a little train. It's It's a little train toy. I'm going to have to clean that up later in the wrap up, but you can tell it's got the cow catcher right on the front right there. Super cool. Hard time finding this one, even though the hole's not that deep. Right by Mr. Worm. There's a key, a house key. Well, it's not old, but probably brass. Somebody got locked out. Okay, here's the wrap up for this week. Lot on the board. Some stuff that I didn't have video of, but for the most part, it's two hunts, all in one big roundup. First, I wanted to point out that I am enjoying a nice cold Vula beer, which was a present from some German friends that visited, so thanks Peter and Stephanie for that. I'm going to start with the spoon. Spoon is a Rogers Brothers spoon. It's the Starlight pattern, and it's from 1950, and I found that in the silver-plated flatware book. It's pretty helpful. There's the handle. There's the two keys, the medium-sized one and then the larger kind of house key. I wanted to show you guys these. I've found probably about at least a dozen, maybe somewhere between a dozen and 20 of these. I think they were grommets off of tarps. Man, did these ring up nice. They ring up as an 8182 all day long. You think that's a dime because it's a real close signal to being a coin. And then you pull one of those out of the ground and then you're disappointed. Here is the token. It only has text on one side. It says B and E. This side is wasted. It's real light. It's probably made out of some cheap metal or maybe even aluminum. Here's the little dog leash connector. This I don't have video of, but man, is it interesting. I think it might be a pipe. It's brass or copper. It's got that, I think that design is hand done on it. It's hollow all the way through, but I didn't, it was a 75 signal. I dug it out of the ground and man, really interesting. If anyone knows what it is out there, please leave it in the comments. Okay, next level would be the dice, which is unusual in that it has a 6 on 2 faces, and then all the other faces are the number 2s. So I'm thinking that this is some kind of a trick dice, because I don't know of any game where you just use a dice like this. So interesting. That was an eyeball find. Here's the little silver bead. It might not be silver, I don't know. Hollow. Interesting. Oh, interesting find. Dropped it. This was actually a really good find. This piece of jewelry here. This is a sterling silver setting. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to show you a picture of what it says inside on the back here. It's really hard to get this thing to focus on it. There you go. I don't know, maybe you can read that. It says sterling silver on the inside. So who knows? These stones might be good stones. I'll have to get a jeweler to take a look at it. But there's one piece of silver. Okay, the next layer is 2 8 cents in 1944 and in 1916. And then the Indians. This Indian is wasted. This is the first one I found in the video. Can't even get a date off of it. Back looks a little bit better. The reverse, I should say. And then this one, which was, I found this after that one. And this is in 1905. And that one's in pretty good shape. Cleaned up pretty well. And then the V-nickel. And this is the best looking V-nickel I've gotten out of that park that I've been hunting. This is in 1904. You can see Liberty pretty well there. And then the back side, you can see the V pretty good there too. This one turned green rather than just getting all corroded and wrecked. So V nickel, and then the top row are the 3 finds of the week. This little train toy. It's an engine. Inside, it's marked Tootsietoy, made in the USA. I might have to put a picture in here too, but this was part of a 5-piece set. It's from the 1940s. You had the engine, you had 2 tanker cars that said Texaco on them. You had a box car and then a little caboose. And I'm really stoked that I found the engine rather than any of those other train cars. But this side doesn't look quite as good. This side looks pretty good. But a Tootsietoy train, pretty neat find. And then the anchor button. This is one of the best finds from my hunt last week, but I didn't feel like I had enough to make a video. So this, I did say this felt lightweight. It's definitely a 2-piece button because the back looks like it could be some kind of steel. And then the top is probably brass. If anyone out there has any information on this, please let me know. And if you notice on the right-hand side of the upper bar, that side is turned down, and then it has the rope coiled around it. So happy to find this, but don't have very much information on it. And then another really neat find this week is the sterling silver daffodil ring. Man, was I happy to get this out of the ground. This was just really cool. It's a tiny little ring. It's probably a child's ring or maybe a woman with really small fingers. It looks like it was actually made smaller at some point. But lots of really good finds this week. Check out my video next week. We're beachcombing. We just got back yesterday. We made some really cool finds, and they'll be in our video next week. And then the week after that, it's back to metal detecting again. Thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, always be looking down.